In today's episode of Value in My Toy Collection, we're going to value some of our Charlie's Angels dolls. Some of them are new and some of them are vintage. So stay till the end to see what they're worth. Hey everyone, my name's Chris. I'm a full-time beauty pageant director as my career, but in my spare time, I'm a huge toy collector. I've been collecting toys now for over 40 years. You can officially call me a toyaholic. Thanks so much for checking out my YouTube channel. My channel consists mainly of two things: beauty pageants, which I love, and toys, which I love even more. My dream in life has always been to own a toy museum. So it's finally happened. I've bought a building, and now I've got to move this massive collection and value it into the building. We're calling it the Toy Vault because it's an old bank building located in Crystal Springs, Mississippi that actually has two large vaults. So now I'm just going to make a ton of videos and value my toy collection. And then I'm going to make some where I take you shopping with me to thrift stores and flea markets and toy stores to let you see where I find all these goodies. So let's start this episode of Value in My Toy Collection and value some toys. Start off with this Glenn Hansen Farrah Fawcett cartoon greeting card that's been framed, and it's worth about $5. He's really talented. If you haven't heard of him, Glenn Hansen, just look him up. He has all kinds of celebrity cartoons. Then we have a little frame picture of some of the Charlie's Angels, and they're worth about $2. And then we have some of the newer dolls. We have Cameron Diaz as Natalie. She's worth about $12 in this condition. And then we have Lucy Liu as Alex. She's also worth about $12. And then we have Drew Barrymore as Dylan, and she's also worth about $12. And then we have a Glenn Hansen mug, and it's worth about $12. Brand new, these are more like $15 or $18, but I figure about $12 is fair. We have the new dolls again, but these are in the box. First we have Drew Barrymore as Dylan. She's worth $35. And here's my helper today, Miss Daisy. She's not too much of a helper, but I like to call her my helper. Then we have Lucy Liu as Alex in the box, and she's worth about $45. And then we have Cameron Diaz in the back as Natalie, and she's worth about $40. And then we have this vintage Charlie's Angels fashion tote from 1978, and it's worth about $25. I thought it'd be worth a little bit more, but that's about what it's going for, $25. And it had a couple loose dolls in it, and these are worth about $12 each. Probably $15 each, but I put $12 on my notebook. All right, now these I put $15 each. This is a set of all four of the loose dolls with the doll stand. And they all have their scarves except for one. They all have their boots. So about $15 each is a good price for these. And I kind of thought they were going to be worth a little bit more, but they're not. All right, we have a Farrah Fawcett styling head. This is worth about $35. And then we have the dolls in their package. They're worth a little bit more this way. First, in the yellow, we have Jacqueline Smith, who is Kelly. She's worth about $6. And then we have Chris, who was Cheryl Ladd, in the green, and she's worth about $60. And then we have Farrah Fawcett Majors on this card in the white, and she's worth about $50. And then the last one is Sabrina, and she was played by Kate Jackson. She's worth about $35. Then we have this cool Farrah Fawcett soda I got at a flea market that's worth about $8. I thought that was pretty cool. And then we have the newer dolls. We have Lucy Liu. And in this evening gown, she's worth about $25. And then Cameron Diaz, the same. The doll in the evening gown, worth about $25. Then we have this Corgi, I can't remember what it's called, little vintage van, worth $20. Have a couple more loose figures here that are worth about $12 each. And then we have a loose Farrah Fawcett doll in a pink dress, and she's worth about $16. All right, let's see what else we can find. I see on top of the van we have another Glenn Hansen card framed, and that's worth about $5. And then we have a Charlie's Angel VHS tape. That's worth about $6. You don't see those anymore. And then my favorite piece, I think, of the collection is the Charlie's Angels van with the 3 dolls, and it's worth about $90. All right, let's see what else we have. This is in Charlie's Angels. This is Policewoman, played by Angie Dickinson, and she's worth about $45. And then we have the newer reproduction retro dolls of Charlie's Angels. This one is of Sabrina Duncan. She's worth about $17, played by Kate Jackson. And then this one is also worth $17. This is Chris Monroe, played by Cheryl Ladd. And then also worth $17 is the last one, who is Kelly Garrett, played by Jacqueline Smith. And then they also made a Farrah Fawcett doll in her swimsuit with the blanket, and she's worth about $16. And then we have the Charlie's Angels board game, worth about $30. We have a Farrah Fawcett Funko. She's worth about $20. And then we have a Charlie's Angel lunchbox, and this is worth at least $55. If it didn't have the little rust spots, it would be worth about $100. And then the thermos, it's worth about $30. And that's what the back of the lunchbox looks like. That's pretty cool. I love 70s toys. Then we have some Farrah Fawcett dolls. This one's in a Cher dress, and she's worth about $50 because of the dress. And then the one in the pink dress, which was also a Cher dress, she's worth about $30. And then we have some of the vintage outfits still on the cards. Now, these are very hard to find, and they're probably worth about $30 each because the cards are a little wavy. They look like they've been damaged by the heat or maybe water at one time, but they don't have water spots or stains. But they're worth at least $30 each. Some of them went all the way up to $50 to $60 each, but I just don't like to overvalue the toy collection. I kind of like to keep it realistic. So I'm going with $30 each. All right, this is in Charlie's Angels, but it's in that 70s era. And this is a Debbie Boone doll, still in the box, in great condition, and it's worth about $75. All right, then we have the big dolls. These are worth a pretty good bit. Let's see which one. We're going to start with the Cheryl, having an avalanche. The Cheryl Ladd doll in the box. It's in pretty good shape. It's worth about $75, a little more if the box didn't have the small rip in it. But $75 isn't bad. That was probably about $5 or $6 when it first came out. And then we have the Kate Jackson. She's pretty hard to find. She's pretty rare, and this one's worth about $200. If it didn't have the little tear in the front, it'd be worth about $250. And then the most valuable one is Jacqueline Smith with the big photo of her on the front. Mine has a couple little white spots on it, but still worth $250 in that condition. If it was in perfect condition, it'd be worth about $400. And then we have a couple of Farrah Fawcett items. We have the Farrah Fawcett doll, and she's getting a little green spot on her arm. That's kind of typical for these dolls. She's worth about $80 in the box. And then the Farrah's Glamour Center, the styling head, is super hard to find. And the box isn't perfect, but it's worth about $85. So there are previous 348 videos of value of my toy collection. Our collection was worth $872,768. Now, when we add this video of all of our cool and vintage Charlie's Angels dolls and toys, we can add another $1,955 to our overall grand total. So, what that means is for episode 349 of Value in My Toy Collection, our overall grand total is $874,723. Now, how impressive is that? Now, I've got a ton more videos to make of my toy collection, so I'm really hoping my toy collection is going to be worth $1 million, so I can say I have $1 million toy collection. But remember, I'm not a millionaire. I've just been saving toys all my life, going to thrift stores, flea markets, garage sales, toy stores, and looking online, and it's just accumulated to this big old total. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying these videos as much as I am making them. I love seeing what all I actually have and what it's worth, because so much of this stuff has just been buried on bookshelves for years, maybe even a decade. So it's pretty exciting to me. And if you want to see the toys up close, a little slower, you can also find us on Facebook, and our Facebook page is called The Toy Vault of Mississippi. So guys, until the next video, we will see you then.